up, guys?
Say morning, everyone, but it's not the morning. How are we all doing? I hope you guys can hear us. We've got a slightly different setup today. So
Yeah. If we have any tech issues, feel free to tell us.
yeah, so like if you can't hear us, for example, please tell us.
Will they know if they can't hear us?
Well, we're speaking and we're live, so they better hear us.
So right.
Someone said it's morning somewhere, so they clearly can hear us.
Hell yeah.
Well, as you can see, I've got an extra human with me today in the flesh. Well, for me, it's still virtual for you guys, but it's kind of like we're like, it's still kind of like we're two parts of the screen.
Yeah, just stay away from me.
Yeah.
You stay on your side, you stay on your side.
We're on the side. There you go. So we got some consistency here, which is great. How's it all going? How has everyone's week been? Have we all been blisteringly hot? I have and still am. How are you enjoying the Christchurch weather?
Actually, it's not too bad. I mean, it does seem like I missed a heat wave, which I was really glad because I was looking at the Met service on the way through and I was just like, I'm not loving this heat wave. You guys were hotter than Wellington was. So I was just like, it better cool down by the time I get there. And thankfully it has because, yeah, I'm not built for the heat. I moved down the North Island for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I moved up and I regret it. It's too hot. I come from Southland. We have Antarctically cold, what would you call it? Antarctic temperature.
Oh, it's subantarctic, technically.
Subantarctic temperatures.
Subantarctic at the bottom of the island and subtropical at the top of the island.
Yeah, we're one of 2 countries in the world, I think, in which we have that. Subtropical and subantarctic.
Yes, we are. That's why it makes us very geographically interesting.
Yes, which is why we're the same as Japan, because I think that's the other one. Geographically, we are very similar. Just the opposite way around. The north is cold, south is warm.
Yeah, no, I love it.
The north is warm and the south is cold. So there you go. Oh, hello. We're going to have cat appearances today because we have to keep the windows open because it's pretty hot.
And also the cats are mad that I am existing in their house.
And they're just doing cat stuff. So you'll see cat stuff happening behind us. Just no one freak out, okay? It's an extra add-on.
Yeah. They're just the bonus hosts of the show tonight.
Speaking of tonight, let's do a quick recap of the week. Because it was a week, wasn't it? A week and a half. Well, it wasn't technically.
No, it feels like a week and a half.
Feels like to be honest. A week and a half. Oh man, Monday. I was so looking forward to Monday's show. I love what you put. Christopher eats shit on Q&A.
That's all the notes I needed to put because that was a train wreck. It was an absolute train wreck. I mean, there wasn't a single part of that was good. And what I would say to you is, it was actually quite bad. It actually makes me realize I should probably load in something that I was working on after that. Man. So feel free to keep going.
What are my thoughts? Pretty much the same as everyone else. A tame brick.
That's fucking good.
That's a goodie. Somewhat. Can't believe no one put up that. I do love that this hashtag. Make this a hashtag.
I mean, we have been working on it, and actually, if I can just real quickly add in something, I was working on something on the weekend. I know you guys probably saw Chewy going on about how many times he said what I would say to you is, and it got me thinking, and I worked on a bit of math, guys. I did math.
An art student doing math.
Yeah.
What are you, Nicola Willis?
Hey, you know what? I'm as qualified as she is. So yeah. So based on how many times in the half an hour interview, we got a rate of 1.15 hashtags WIWSTYI per minute, which gives us 52, what I would say to you per hour. And in total, it gives you 455,520. What I would say to you is per annum, because we all know CEOs love the annum.
Per annum, guys.
Yes.
Using big words. Sorry, you're using big words. I'm just going to see. Is this a better... Oh, hang on. Could you just put that back on the screen for a second? I'm just going to do some technical bits.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, I'll have to buffer for a minute because I got to add
I can do mine. I'll try it next time.
Yes, next time.
all sorts of things going on in the stream.
Yeah, we're playing with weird technicals this time.
Changing it up, you know?
That's what happens when we're actually IRL, like normal humans who are actually talking to each other in person. And I'll be honest, it's kind of weird so far.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I kind of prefer talking to you through a computer.
I liked the wall.
Yeah, I like being able to look at your face without having to be worried about this as well. Like I'm just like,
because I'm so used to this.
We're not set up for like we need a Hassan Piker kind of style, like Fear and podcast style,
yeah,
like
proper podcast style. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, anyways, poor Christopher gets an absolute ribbon on Jack Tame by Jack Tame, which is just.
I mean,
that was like a Christmas present I didn't ask for, you know?
Nah, I agree. I mean, it was the Christmas present we needed after this year, I think.
Yes, the one we deserved.
Yeah.
Cool. And then, even Auntie's Jacinda, I was gonna say Cindy, is more preferred than Cuxon. Oh, geez, you really.
Yeah, you let me write things.
I usually write these a
little bit nicer. These are written by Magenta, so they're very spicy.
Yeah, Jacinda turned up in the polls.
Yeah,
preferred Prime Minister.
Yeah,
that is fascinating.
It was bad enough. I mean, like the boys were pointing out, the fact that like Chippy should not be higher than Luxon, and the fact that even Auntie's on there is.
And above both of them,
yeah.
Which is just like who was like, oh yeah, I'll have Jacinda back. Like who's
I mean, I want her back. I think about her every day.
Who's still thinking like preferred Prime Minister? You know what? Jacinda was pretty like.
Yeah, I think people want her to be an option, but she's not.
Yeah,
it would be nice. But
like they didn't even like cross my mind of like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you ask who is your preferred Prime Minister, they're not being specific enough. Because that doesn't mean who's your preferred potential actual candidate. It's who would you prefer. I mean, we have people who are out there voting for RFK Jr. Okay.
Yeah, how many people in that poll say, you know what, Trump might be all right?
Yeah,
Can we have Kamala Harris if America doesn't work?
I know, right?
Yeah, that's such a strange story, but a story nonetheless.
Yeah.
Lester Levy, cooking the books at Te Whatu Ora.
That was bad.
It was just so damning. Like, people already don't have faith in the government around health or Health NZ.
Mm-hmm.
And people were very skeptical of him going into this role.
Oh, yeah.
How long's he been in the role and it's already started to cause some controversy?
Not very long. I was actually looking it up. He's only been in since the beginning of this year. And actually, he came in, I believe, as a chairperson. And then they fired everyone and he got a promotion.
Yes, that's right. He took over. He was what they call it, Tsar.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah. Is that when we had the health stuff? Yeah, right. Okay, I forgot about that.
Czar.
Yeah, that happened this year? Oh man, it's been a long year.
It has, but that wasn't even that long. It was like 6 months ago. So
yeah,
the fact that he's already having some fingers pointed at him, it's not a good look. And I do like that. Well, I don't like it, but it was very, very obvious that he did not deny the claims that he cooked the books.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't like no, I didn't do that, because that could have been used against him if it ever came up in law. So.
He was very much just like, I don't like the way she called me out.
Yeah, it could be defamation. It could have been defamatory. It could, but I mean, what he was actually saying is it's not defamatory because it's true. So at least that's what we were reading.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look, but I mean, what about this government is a good look at the moment? I mean, it's a fumble after fumble.
It's just
after
like
fumble.
the next thing on the list, isn't it?
Well, I mean, this whole list we've got is just how did National do bad
this week?
Yeah,
this week.
Most weeks
this week, which is crazy. Nurses also strike while the government announces more cuts to the health sector. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's grim. It's disgusting how they're just like, oh, we just don't have any money. Can't put money into it. Sorry. I mean, we've got all this money for our landlords and for the squeezed middle who supposedly were getting, what was it, like $50 or 20? I don't know. Whatever money those middle people were supposed to get that they didn't.
It was about $50 a week.
Yeah, I think it was up to as well.
Up to $50 a week.
Yeah.
So it's $100
up to, and I think you
That's
have to be a really high earner to get that much anyway.
That's $200 a week extra for someone who's already middle income.
Yeah.
For a couple that's already middle income.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they're paying tons in like childcare. I was going to say welfare and childcare, but still, that doesn't.
Nah.
Sucks. And then
it's pretty cooked. I just feel bad for our nurses. They deal with enough. Like they literally got us through COVID.
Yeah, and then
like what happened to all the praise that we used to give our frontline workers?
Yeah, the clapping out the windows.
What happened to all of the signs and the thank you for your hard work? And now we're supposedly past COVID, and it definitely doesn't exist anymore. And now the nurses can apparently go get fucked. Like it's just disrespectful.
I feel like it's always nurses, it's always teachers, and then what's the other one? Teachers, nurses, and there's the other one. Someone in the chat help me. They always teachers and nurses, and there's another one that always gets screwed over by this sort of stuff.
You mean the industries that are primarily employ women?
Yes.
You mean things where we actually focus on humans and not profits? Interesting that when it comes to those jobs that are deemed feminine
police.
Police. Okay. The boys get one. They get 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3.
Because the boys need to protect all the
ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
But if there's no men to protect the ladies, then the ladies are on their own, which still kind of fits into
which means
the
we're safe.
No.
If we don't have men, we're safe. I'm kidding. I'm making a spicy joke that if we don't need men, that we don't have as many safety issues.
I was going along the misogyny line of women are weak and we need the police. But I guess if there's no police there to save us, then
if men aren't attacking us, then we don't need to call them.
Well, but if the men are the police and they're not helping us, then we're still screwed. Then the bad men are coming after us.
Jesus Christ. You can tell it's been a long day. We're very tired.
I was up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't know how much sleep I got between trying to actually go to bed and then being like, I have to get on a plane and make sure I don't forget everything.
Yep, and then tomorrow we've got a whole drive to do.
Yeah. But it will be good. It will be good.
Road trip. Cool. So, nurses on strike. That's really sad.
Yeah.
Again, but... and more cuts. Which was in the IT sector.
Yeah.
Which is like in data.
I mean, we've had a lot of cuts announced this week, and I think a lot of us.
Not even all of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's not get too spicy too fast.
And number 5 on the list for the week was Adrian Orr calls out the scum who took advantage of COVID to buffer their wallets.
I told you I wrote these.
You know, the funny thing is I read the name Adrian Orr and I was like, hang on, who's that again? And then I saw the rest of it and I was like, oh, yeah, that interview.
Yeah, because I mean, it was just scummy behavior.
So he's the, just to remind everyone, that's the what do you call him? The Crown...
governor something. Was he the auditor governor? No. I don't know. I'm sure someone in the chat will be able to.
I want to say Governor General, but that's
that's old. That's old. Talofa.
Reserve Bank. The governor of the Reserve Bank. Reserve Bank.
The chef of the Reserve. I'm gonna say chief.
Of the
yeah, the chef of the Reserve Bank.
Yeah, that guy. The Auditor General. The Auditor General. Thank you. Sat down with. Katie. I'm trying to remember people's names now. That's a terrible thing. I'm not very good at that. TV1. Katie Bradford.
Oh yeah. Katie Bradford. Yes, classic.
I remembered. Who I guess many people who are already calling a bunch of our economists woke leftist economists, which.
Oh, yeah, but that's not the same when they get the economists from the New Zealand initiative that's a part of the Atlas Network on the platform.
Okay, so there are different.
There are economists that they listen to.
Okay. But yes, he was very, very critical. Although in a very, I almost think it was quite subtle the way he did it, of being like, yeah, some people took the handouts and actually helped them get through COVID, and some people really took advantage of the market trends and things and built them. It was very flat of just like, yeah, some people did this, and like it was very almost subtle.
Yeah, no, I loved it. It was matter of fact.
Yes.
It was very much just like this is what has happened.
People did this.
People who needed it did utilize it,
and that
but
was great,
people
and that's what it was for.
who wanted to take advantage took advantage.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate that because it was very much like matter of fact, very it came off very unbiased and very factual. So
Yeah.
I really liked that. And there's always some people like he's woke, get him off there.
Sorry. What am I doing?
So you can't really stop that, can you?
Yeah.
Anything else we missed from the week? It was such a week.
I mean, there's been a bunch of things happening this week. I have found some articles. I might get you to grab up the first one. This one's just actually no, wait, don't start on that one. Maybe we'll go bad one first. Go bad one first. I realize bad first. No one likes hearing the good news first and the bad news.
No one likes good news. This is BHN.
All right.
Oh, we really are having technical troubles today, aren't we?
Oh, it's all right. I'll see if I can pop it in, or I can check the chat while you do that if you like. What have we got? Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Kiwi Burb.
Kiwi Burb.
National. Good job, public servants. You're fired. And we'll see if my sound is now coming through. Please tell me.
How's it now, guys? Oh no, it is really dropping. Huh.
Okay.
Huh. Get it?
I mean, they might be able to hear us through me potentially, but I don't know which one it is. So we'll just leave both on. Oh no, is it good now? All right, I'm gonna mute mine, and if it goes off, then my sound is what they're hearing us through. If our sound has now just disappeared, then they'll let us know.
Okay, cool.
Okay, nope, sorted. That was weird. Must have had a bit of an issue with opening up. It obviously doesn't want you to do any work.
It doesn't.
Which, you know what? I guess if that's the case, why don't I just open it?
Cool.
Because
the Bluetooth's just gone, guys. So got no mouse and keyboard. But you know what I do have? This is my savior of this is going to be the best stream ever. This is my savior of the day. This is a tablet pen to go with my tablet, so I can still use this to fix stuff.
Oh my god!
But that's why my
so funny.
That's why my audio cut out. So
we
are, although we can just use your computer audio. So you know what?
It might not be very good though. So we'll try to avoid that where possible. I think. But do you?
These things need a man's touch. Hey.
I could show you a man's touch, mate. If you're not careful. Oh god. All right. Cool. My computer is so unhappy. If you can see that, do you want to pop it into the stage if it allows?
I would,
but guys, blame M's Wi-Fi. Now the Wi-Fi is going slow.
It's
nah, it should be in. Oh no, it's just you. Okay, it is just you. Let's see what we could do.
All right, we're not gonna have any sound from that.
At the stage. I don't think I have a camera. We'll see if we've got one. Let's see.
That's all right.
Whoa!
Temporary.
Can we hear anything? Sorry, people. I have no idea if you can hear us. Ems is restarting her computer. So
Can you play some videos for them all that way?
I will, yes, I will see what okay, they can hear me. So that is something. We are just going to try to stream from my shitty laptop that I bought from uni. Through uni. So let's see what we've
BHN
got.
on a budget.
Oh, see, this is why we need more patrons, because otherwise we have to try and stream off of a less than $1,000 laptop. All right. So let me just bring up, and I'm sure, hopefully, if you talk close enough to me.
Oh, it's fine. You don't need me.
You're literally my co-host. I kind of do need
fine.
you.
Solo. You got this. You just do
What? Do you know what this is giving right now? This is giving YouTube back in 2010 or 7, to be honest. And I kind of am here for it. Oh my god, not the OG Philly D.
OG Philly D.
All
Now
right.
we're talking.
Now let's see if we cannot crash my laptop trying to do this.
Yeah, because it'll crash the stream. So don't.
Yeah, well, maybe your expensive computer.
It's not my fault. It's because I moved things.
But anyway, as I'm sure many of you have heard, there has been a fire in Canterbury, which did make me freak out because I was like, I hope that's not near where Ems is because we need to drive. But thankfully for me, it's not. Unfortunately for those who are nearby, it looks like they're going to be battling this for at least the weekend, but they're hoping that the current weather situation does seem to be providing them with a bit of hope that they'll be able to, I guess, get it under control because, I mean, as things get warmer, we do have to be careful.
Yes. Especially in Canterbury because it gets, as Magenta saw, it's very dry.
Yeah, it's very the grass is very brown here.
Lots of brown.
Yeah, any of that lag is probably just the fact that we are working off of a potato laptop while the non-potato restarts itself.
The non-potato is coming.
Yeah. The high I'm gonna assume expensive gaming PC is currently rebooting, guys.
This is a workhorse, guys. It's a workhorse.
Anyway, let's go to our chats. I can see we've got some chats, so we'll talk to everybody. So we've got the Southern Moonlight for $5, Friday Fiver for the Better Mic for Ems and Madge Fund. I mean, that's even more so now. What else do we have? We've got Jonathan for $2.
Thanks, bro.
Shane Jones is taking control of your South D. Jeez, Shane Jones is always after me, honestly. And if you don't get that reference, then join the Discord. We have a lot of fun there. Also, shout out, Jonathan. I think you did.
I just realized.
Whew. Shane Jones is taking control of your sound. Oh, is that what South D was? I think South D was a autocorrect issue. Thank you, Jonathan, for that extra $2. Jeremy Naylor, David Seymour has hacked the BHN live stream. Honestly, this is facts, and that's my honest house belief. So I'm allowed to say that. Thank you for your $20 donation, Jeremy, and Kiwi Burb for $2 from leftist audio to leftist visuals. Wow. Oh god, okay, now I can hear myself twice.
Are we good, guys?
Yes. Yeah, we're back. Okay, I'm gonna leave my headphones on just so that we can keep the.
I just realized that I don't have to use the we can just use our own headphones.
Yeah, I'll keep them on.
Because if it's playing through StreamYard, you can hear it and I can hear it. Okay, sorry about that, guys.
No, I'm just gonna mute.
We're back with 1080 definition and 60 FPS. I think it's outside of 30 or 60. I can't remember. Part 2, Friday show. Restart.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, we do have the funny news story next.
Okay, let's keep it rolling with the good stuffs.
Also, I totally need to turn ours down on my ears because we are behind to me. But if you could bring up now we've talked about whooping cough, so if you could just bring up that first link I had.
I'd love to.
Because this is a bit of a random story, but I just thought it was kind of funny and interesting. So
this one here?
Yeah, so yeah. Ems just saw the headline and I'm laughing already because hopefully you guys will see why I find it kind of funny. So, yeah, this is a story about a new app that has been created so that people who want fish heads can hook up and get head. So it's an app that apparently they created an initiative. I think it's just a little bit further down. The Kaika project, which was basically a program that has been running in Wellington and Auckland, where people just it's a network for people to be able to go, I got some fish heads. Anyone wants some? And now they're making an app so that if you want some head, specifically fish head, you can go get some head. And you know what? After this week, this made me laugh. This made me happy.
Thank God for RNZ, right?
Honestly, yeah. It was definitely actually I think I was talking to your partner Jonathan and I just was like, what the hell?
Hang on.
Just reading it.
Something.
Sweet as.
Yeah, cool.
Alrighty. What have we got? So oh yes.
Just to remind you of the headline there. The hookup app for fish head lovers. Get your fish head at your favorite stores now.
Well, at the app launching.
Your favorite apps now.
Yeah. So that was some of the news that we've seen this week.
Does anyone have some Groper?
Groper, I hardly know her.
Someone they're like, oh, that's really good. And I'm like, it's from bloody RuPaul's Drag Race.
Also, Tony and Ryan, they do it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
everyone does it.
Come on.
Puns.
Come on.
I also realised I'm going to have trouble trying to share my memes.
Not the memes!
How about if you go through the document and open up my deep dive link so I can close them on my computer because my computer is going to die. But
tragic.
Just so we can save the memes. We got to prioritize memes.
Did you say Discord?
Oh no, just if you go into our document.
Document.
And just
document, guys. Listen up. Get your heads in the game.
Speaking of documents, actually real quickly, just so everyone is aware, it's not going to be super organized, but from now on I've started a link document that we haven't put in the description, but we will get out to you guys. Any of the links of any of the research that we end up finding and stuff, we'll just chuck it in a document. It's not going to be organized. You can look for it. You can look through it. But if anyone wants to look at any of the stuff that we've found, I'm creating a document that will link in the notes, basically, so that if you want to go and look into any of what we've been looking into, double check that we weren't full of shit, all that fun stuff. We'll be posting resources.
Where's your memes?
Oh, no. So I don't want you to open memes. I want you to open my links.
Oh. I thought you said memes.
Nah, memes are already open. But if you're that excited for memes, how about we move into a few memes?
Let's see what you're saying there.
Nah, you're good. You're good. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day already.
Get your head in the game. Good word.
Get your head in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say it's High School Musical.
I mean... Yeah, I was going to say, get your head in the game. Oh my God, now I want to watch High School Musical. Don't do this to me, people. I will be distracted.
We are the representative millennials of BHE.
Honestly, though, High School Musical was my shit, and I do not care. I'm not embarrassed. Shit was fire. And also, if anyone's wondering, which they're probably not, High School Musical 2 was the best one. Fight me. Anyway, let's go to some memes.
Memes!
We got some very topical meme. Actually, I think it's a little bit too zoomed in. Let me just... Oh. Outwards, babe. Outwards. Yes, there we go. The faster you go, the bigger the mess. It's not about the friggin' targets, it's about the outcomes. And for those audio listeners, it's a picture of someone disappointedly regretting crashing their car, and someone's put Luxon's face over it, and the New Zealand government, actually. And as you might notice, there's even a little treasury sign in the corner, which I think is a nice little touch. Okay, well, that was our first meme. I'm sure we'll do another meme, because why not?
Memes. Oh.
To be fair, I feel like this government's just one whole fucking meme at this point.
What are you talking about? They're a serious government focused on serious outcomes for serious people of New Zealand.
With their good numbers.
And we take their seriousness very seriously by giving them really serious nicknames like Nikki Nobuts.
Exactly. And we make very serious memes.
This is serious. This is the serious news.
And now we have this amazing meme, which is obviously supposed to be Austin Powers. My brain's just gone blank. Dr. Evil? Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil? I just thought of millennial.
My brain just
Mini-Me. That's what.
Oh, you're thinking of Mini-Me.
I went to Mini-Me.
No,
sorry.
my brain just shed its pants. But yes, I get it. I'm wealthy. Dr. Evil. Yeah, I sorry, guys.
Dr. Evil.
Evil. Just don't say that around fucking Mermaid Man. You'll set him off.
What?
SpongeBob reference.
Mermaid Man? What does Mermaid Man have to do with it?
Oh my, okay, you clearly did not want to watch enough SpongeBob as a child.
I hated SpongeBob.
Oh.
Fight me on that one.
Controversial hot take
Fight me on that
one.
one.
10, guys.
Bloody SpongeBob. It's because my, not saying that we illegally downloaded. We were just happened to be given a version of the SpongeBob movie. The one with David Hasselhoff.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Given to us, and my younger brother and sister watched it on repeat. I've probably seen it well over 20 times.
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I'm not someone who can watch the same thing twice. Like, if I haven't seen a series for a long time, I can't go back and just rewatch it. I have to, like, watch a recap of it. Because there's nothing worse than like constant deja vu and be like, oh, I remember that. No, I've seen that. Oh, yes, I remember that. Oh, yep. No, I remember that. And it's just like, I just want to enjoy this.
I feel like this is the difference between autism and ADHD right here. Because I fucking love rewatching shit.
But some people love, oh, yeah, I suppose it is. But some people really love just like watching their like favorite nostalgia movie.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Which I like totally get. But I just, after a while,
I have literally watched Futurama probably like once a year for the last 10 years.
We had box set of that.
And
it was well worth it. Such a good show. Far better than like any other adult TV.
Futurama is fucking mean. I wish that they stopped rebooting it because they keep trying to kick a dead horse. Leave it to die. Yeah.
How dare they?
But we had Chad Left come through with a bit of a banger on the memes, as always. We got 2024 MVP. The Skux Deluxon, which I think is a beautiful. Deluxe. Yeah, I'll zoom in actually. Yeah, the Skux Deluxon. Well, we'll zoom in so people can really, really appreciate this.
I hope so.
We got
Skux more often.
53. What I'd say to you is per hour leads league. 7 full-time social media staff leads league. 0 questions answer. T first with several ministers. 620k untaxed capital gains after changing the law. 100,000 plus protesters at the Hikoi. Yeah, boy. And 170,000 unemployed Kiwis by mid-2025. That is, and I love the fact that they actually tagged ESPN. It was like, is he on pace to be the GOAT?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah. So,
the greatest at what?
The greatest at being bad. Like, clearly. You can win, you can be first at sucking.
You can be first at being the worst. Yeah, that's for sure.
All right. Do we have any chats we need to get to?
Yes, we do actually.
Oh, I think the one actually I just realized I forgot to unstar. My bad.
Oh no, we won't even do it.
I unstarred it because we already put it up.
Oh, okay. We might have missed another one that came up.
No, I've been checking them.
Oh, was he not an orange boy?
Oh no, I read that one.
Oh, did you?
That was while you were tech you were tech supporting
I was
us
out.
at the time.
I got sucked out of the stream verse.
Anyway, so I guess since this has been a bit of a mess already, I might
We'll just stop it here. I mean, we don't need to keep doing this.
Yeah, we're done, guys. Bye. We're gonna bring down our targets. We're no longer gonna target 90 minutes because we're
keep cutting.
Yeah, we're gonna make cuts.
Yeah, we're just gonna make it more efficient. We're just gonna keep cutting. It's better that way.
Exactly.
We've got to follow by our hairless leader. Keep cutting.
I mean, I don't know what he'd know about cutting. It's not like he gets haircuts at all. Maybe that's why he's jealous. He can't cut his hairs. He's got to cut everything else. But so I got to rabbit hole this week, guys. So we're going down my oh, I was gonna say nope, don't say that. I also just realized I forgot. I got to send you a video real quickly. That does see, this is why we shouldn't be in person, and you should not be right next to me right now.
That's why I don't come at 7 o'clock in the morning.
But I'm sure as many of you have watched this week many a times the interview with old Cuxon. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay a lot more on Patreon for that one, guys. Let's be real about that one.
Wait, it's one of our stories later about Bella. Was it Bella?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that might be relevant later. Who knows? But basically, I found it quite interesting on the Q&A with Jack Tame because, and I know that Pat picked up on this. Christopher said that there had not been a single increase on rents for 12 whole months. And I know for a fact that we all saw, I saw in the comments, everyone was like, what are you talking about? That is so full of shit. And feel free to pop that on now. I did some looking because I did remember seeing a headline that did seem somewhat reminiscent of what Luxon was saying. And so it is my opinion that basically, I think this is the article and the data that Luxon might have been referring to. Because if you go down...
So many ads.
Oh, yeah. You got that ad block. If you just go down it's in the very beginning, there is a line here that says right there, according to Tenancy Services Bond Centre data, the national median rent was $600 a week in Q3, which means it has remained unchanged at $600 for all of this year, which, again, we all call bullshit on because it was very obviously a lie. I also found it quite interesting that this data that they use is specifically taking median, not mean average rents, which is, in my opinion, a bit of a weird one to pick.
It's cherry picked.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels very cherry picked. And so I went through and I basically looked through pretty much about at least 30 articles on line from the end of last year through till now, based on all of the rents that have been, rent articles that have been going on. And I mean, it was very obvious that I was going to find a lot of fluctuation, but there was quite a few themes that kind of started coming out when I was looking at them. And basically there seemed to be at the beginning of year this basically battle where like the Bay of Plenty and Auckland specifically were basically duking it out. There are so many articles where I found where it's like, Bay of Plenty takes over Auckland is the most expensive place. And the amount, and because actually there's a video that I'm getting you to open soon. I've actually made a little video where I put together all of the headlines.
Taking over my job, bro.
Hey, you had a busy week, right? I also had a lot of anxiety about having to go on a plane, so I had a lot of nervous energy.
Got a good this
week. Yeah, I had itchy hands. Yeah, it was really interesting because basically what we saw in the beginning of the year was this battle between Bay of Plenty, Auckland, and technically Wellington was in the battle. We did kind of poke our heads in every now and then hey guys, we're expensive too. Unfortunately for me. And then basically it was just this ongoing battle of affordability crises, cost of living, the fact that rents were also really volatile. Like, yes, there are some places that might not have seen rents change, but based off of the data that I was looking into, it's because regionally there was quite a bit of variation. So in Tauranga, for instance, they saw approximately $40 increase on their rents since September the 2nd. And actually, one of the articles I was reading said that in order for the Bay of Plenty to become affordable, rents need to reduce by 100. Instead, they've already gone up by 40. So we're already seeing that, like, it was very obviously that they were lying. But, like, and if you can just bring up
which one would you like?
This one here, please.
Regional economic profile.
Oh yeah, Tauranga City average rents. So basically, we see obviously in September, Tauranga house prices were for a 2-bedroom approximately $600 for a 2-bedroom. We now see them sitting at $648, as you can see here. Which was pretty terrifying. This is also a really interesting website for anyone who wants to go on. This is a company from Wellington, actually. I found them. They've got a lot of really interesting data. Not all of their data is up to 2024. There are some things I was looking at that only say has data up until, say, 2019 or 2021. But really awesome site. Was really stoked that I found it. Because also... what I might do is I might, if you can just actually just pass me the thing, if that's okay. So
all yours. You drive.
Oh, guys, I got the control. Oh,
you gotta.
I realize it's because of this as well.
I got an extra screen.
Oh yes, we're dual screening. Emily's got way fancier setup than me, guys. So what I found interesting though is that this data is the New Zealand average weekly rent. And when I was going through it, what I found quite interesting is, you see here, so this is 2024. We got 6.9%. This is currently under our current national government. 2023, we ended with 4.6.
Growth.
Yep. So these are all pluses and percentage to average weekly rent growth.
Okay.
And so you see here in 2022 under the Labor government,
there's no negative growth in any of that, though, is there?
No, there is actually. I'll get to that. I'll get to that.
Okay.
It's exciting. I just realized, did I bring my Powerpuff notebook in here? I don't think I did.
I can go get it.
If you don't mind.
I'm going to go get a Powerpuff.
But yeah, so basically we can see here that we've got 6.9%, which is actually still higher than the highest that we saw underneath the Labor government of Jacinda Ardern and Chris Hipkins. Which I just thought, okay, so technically average weekly rents, much worse. Well, not much worse, but still worse in the figures. But then I thought, okay, turns out at one point we did go down. And so I started looking further into these things. And I just thought it was a bit interesting to notice that 2010 we had gone down. And so I started going, okay, well, who was that? That was John Key. We see basically here, John Key, here's when Helen Clark was leaving and John Key was entering. Oh, it's all good if you can't find it. I think I'm all good. But basically, we've got here that one of the highest after these two governments was Helen Clark's 2008 government that then saw John Key go into a deficit. The only thing that's been higher than the current weekly rent growth percentage was 2004. And while I'm not sure on fully why the rents had grown so much, I did do some digging and it does look like there were changes to the OCR at this time that had significant impacts on that. So amazing. So yeah, basically, as you can see, Helen Clark, not doing great. John Key comes in. Things go into well, not negative, but a 0.3%, which like at that point almost is a negative. And then when he gets re-elected, we see a slight increase. Then we kind of see some kind of, movement around here. And this is around when Bill English came in.
Oh, everyone's favorite.
At 2016, where we see this kind of smaller jump here. So you kind of see key come in, it goes down, it starts to kind of come up, and then
it's interesting. So Key's government tanked it.
Well, yeah. So I mean, to be fair, there were also likely things going on economically as well.
Right.
Like this was just specifically.
Right.
Also, this was his first government. So in his second is where it goes up.
Which is the whole idea of like going hard.
Well, yeah, I mean,
at the end as opposed to going hard from the start.
Well, yeah, and I mean, if people see things going down and the global financial crisis, exactly. Yeah, of course. Sorry, so many things happened.
I suppose that was a tail end of it. So,
and then we see obviously this is still, and Bill English comes in at the 2016, but then we see in 2017 it stabilizes a little bit, goes up a tiny bit, and then what happens here? I wonder what started happening around 2019 and 2020. And that's where we see the Labour government under Jacinda Ardern and Chris Hipkins going basically between 5.6 up to 6.8 and then down again. And this is the government that was getting us through the pandemic. So my main concern is, why is it that he's doing so badly that all of these governments are still doing better than he has? Like, so far under MMP, I would argue, like, Helen Clark's the only thing worse. And they had other shit going on back then. So, yeah, it was just a bit of an interesting kind of aspect. But then it gets worse. But what I might get you to do is I might get you to pop on the video if it's...
Oh, of course, my friend.
...available. And I will have a nosy at the
Does it have sound?
No, it doesn't have sound. So it's nothing fancy. It was just.
Don't say that. You put a lot of effort into it. Ready?
I mean, I did, but this is a year in articles about rent, and I've actually got this in order. Or I believe it should be mostly in order of how it goes over the year. So as you can see, it's all over the place. But even when they fall, most of the time, the data's still not good. Also, it seems like the Bay of Plenty had a really rough year this year. The amount of articles that I was finding about, that there was also another aspect of it where beneficiaries. So I found an article, which should be, actually, there's a video for that one to queue up anyway. But basically, there was a few articles going around about struggling, the highlighting the fact that beneficiaries are struggling even harder with all of the stuff, because obviously we know that they've changed the way that they're indexing benefits, which is already putting us behind. And then obviously with the increasing, like, you can only get so much accommodation supplement in each area. Like, I'm about to be paying $695 a week for a 2-bedroom house. And the most you're able to get help through, WINS or anything like that is $105.
You're kidding me.
That's the most that you're eligible for. And that actually, I think, only just went up recently because their caps have been real cooked for a long time, because there's also been issues where, like, they needed to, like, put up certain, like, the brackets have not been very good. And, like, the fact that, like, in Rotorua, the prices, like, the amount that you could apply for, because there was different bands, if you live in a cheaper area, you could only apply for up to, say, $80. But they weren't even shifting those to really match those areas either. But there was I have another infographic. Never mind. I got heaps of infographics, I do like guys. Yeah. So if you go down to the first link under struggles of beneficiaries title. Yeah. And just if you pop that one.
You mean this one that I've already got up on the screen?
No. So yep. Oh, I was looking at your other screen. Sorry. Yep, that one.
Too many screens.
Too many screens, guys. I only have one screen at home, all right? And this was another interesting one that I found. So if we could try to zoom in on that. Nope.
You can just has to wake up.
Should be right. But basically, this infographic shows that there's been a 5.3% increase in beneficiaries, which we've got more beneficiaries. The rents are not going down. The government has adjusted the working income help so that it's not going to keep up with inflation, while also putting more people on working income, which is why I have a tiny little video queued. It should be time-stamped, with just a zinger little line from Ricardo Melendez.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be just that. Yeah, number of.
We do one of these?
Yep. Yeah, it should be times. Oh, wait, it's not. Go to 2 minutes.
This one?
Yeah, just go to 2 minutes.
I'm at 1 minute. You want 2 minutes?
For some reason it's not time-stamped. Yeah, that'll do.
2 minutes.
So just, yeah, hit play from there.
All right. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let me know.
No, they can't hear it. Good thing I've got this on.
You guys can't hear it?
Nope. It's all.
Just when we thought it was all going well.
Did you click the share audio?
Yeah,
just to be sure?
no, I know what it is now. I know what's caused
doing
this.
something.
Yeah. It was my fault.
Oh, it was M's fault, guys.
It was my fault.
It wasn't Atlas this time.
Yeah.
Next time, probably though.
If I do that though, it's not gonna work.
I mean, you could always try if you want, but I don't. Otherwise, it's not as much.
Now we know why it is not working. You know, I know things. That's why.
You have knowledge, secret knowledge.
I do. Oh, look, you can share the audio tab.
Beautiful. We love it. All right, that should hopefully.
They'll have a house, they'll have kids at school, there'll be a whole bunch of life circumstances they have to deal with. And MSD take that into consideration.
The government decided to increase unemployment to deal with inflation. This is of their own doing, and now they need to address issues like inequality and poverty, rather than simply punching down on people who need support.
Susie says her job seeker benefit.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically him just saying the government literally chose this. They told us they were going to push this up, and then they're going to gaslight us and say rents aren't going up, life's not getting harder. But yeah, so we basically see that so far under this government, it has literally been better under most governments in the last 24 years. Like most other governments have done, I would say, a better job. And yeah, then we will move on to the final link that I've got there. And so I guess after looking at all of this, I was feeling a bit hopeless. But then actually an article was published that was actually really good timing. And I don't know if many of you have heard of a financial advisor called Frances Cook. I first found her on TikTok, so I've heard of her before. Feel free to just pop it up. But
oh no, I'm not promoting alcohol.
Oh yeah, scroll down.
Get rid of that.
But yeah, so as we've all talked about on BHN many a time, Chewy sings about it from the rafters, is that we should not be treating housing and home ownership as just this entrepreneurial business venture that everyone should just get into and do. And like, this is a really good article. I highly recommend, like, if you like, I'm sure I don't really need to tell you guys why owning a home is, it's great. Like, I think home ownership is great. People should be able to own homes, but just sitting there and hoarding homes so that you can be a little fucking goblin and basically extort people who just want to exist and live and not be sleeping on the street, like, that's what it's really about. And I mean, I think it's really important that we think about the fact that, like, New Zealand has had this culture of home ownership being this big thing that we should all look up to and do. And I think we all should all look up to owning a home for sure. But we view it like, oh, well, we just buy a house and all good, I'm making money. we don't really talk about how much maintenance goes into it. You know, that's why our landlords will sit there and complain that they have to maintain the homes that they're renting out, because they're not just renting them out so they get free money. They have obligations, and I think we ignore those obligations. You know, it's like cars. You know, when I first got a car, I just thought, oh, you get a car and that's what you do. I don't really think about the impacts of, you know, maintenance, like all those small little things that people complain about having to do that are just a part of
now
doing it. Yeah, like I feel like New Zealanders are really good at complaining about things that aren't problems sometimes in that way. Like, you know, where they'll just be like, oh, I can't believe I had to pay $500 to fix my car. It's like, well, yeah, you've bought a piece of machinery and sometimes machinery breaks down. Like, you don't see nerds buying gaming computers going, oh my God, I can't believe I have to replace a piece of my computer. No, they go,
I can't believe I need to vacuum it because there's cat hair all through it.
No,
and it doesn't function and it keeps overheating.
Yeah, why is my fan making so much noise? It's almost like
why
I need
my battery about to explode?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Exactly. And I mean, it's
just burn my hands when I'm trying to type on my keyboard. What's going on?
And it's ridiculous. It's like, you know, even in the houses I've lived in, we have a house that okay, graphic story real quick. We had the pipe of our toilet start coming out from under, like everything that you normally flush down a toilet started coming out of the floor.
Oh my God.
Thankfully, they did get onto it very quickly. However, because they refused to pay for, you know, an actual fix, do you know what they've done?
Oh no.
They just basically puttied around the bottom. And because we didn't know that, and it is a bit, you know, the toilet can move, it moved and it happened again. So now we just have to be very careful, because you got to warn people not to get off your toilet to a Tesla or move on your toilet to a Tesla, because otherwise I might have the entire sewage system come out up into my feet. And the reason the plumbers couldn't do a proper fix was because they told me, they're like, we weren't given permission to do any more than this. Like, it technically needs more of a proper fix, but they're not going to do it. And it's because they just want to maximize this. And this is a house that is 2 bedrooms, moldy, and you literally have to have the lights on 24/7 because not enough sun can get in. Like, we need to change the attitudes. And I think that's kind of more what I'm alluding to, is that like in New Zealand, we've created this way of thinking and viewing home ownership, certain things that should just be investments. And we need to start changing them. And so I highly recommend, if you haven't read that article, or if you know people who maybe should read that article, I highly recommend sending this to people. Share it on whatever social media you have. Sometimes just putting these things in front of people. You know, you never know who might. Oh God, you never know who might bite. So yeah, that was my rabbit hole pretty much for the week, because I was so angry when he tried to say that rents had not gone up at all in 12
especially
months.
when we ourselves are watching our rents go up.
Yeah,
like I literally have a conversation with my landlord next week about it. It's like, and we had a discussion whether or not we would fight him back on it. And he's like, well, he's actually, and to be fair, he is one of the better landlords.
I was told about your landlord today.
Yes. He is the quintessential mom and pop. He is exactly what...
He's what Luxon was saying they were looking after.
Yes, but he is still raising our rent, or wants to raise our rent, even though I know that I know what his house costs on the market. I know what he bought it for. And I know that us paying his mortgage, he will end up with a lot of money. Look, to be fair, everyone has their own best interests at heart. I don't blame people for looking out for themselves and their family. I think it's a very human thing to be quite, I want to say self-centered, but that's not protective. I guess maybe.
Yeah, well, we're looking out for our survival.
Yes, your survival instincts, right? You got to look after your family first and things like that. I totally get that, and that's what an investment property will do for them. It will allow them to retire, and then that money can go towards their children and make sure that they have a good life, go towards their houses in the future. It goes towards their education. I totally get that. But at the same time, they're already so far ahead of us, and by raising rent for us, could be the difference between us being able to save for our own home. And he's pretty good with the pricing. I will give him that. He's very good at fixing things. I'll give him that. But
yeah, it's difficult when you're like, oh, cool. So you want to make money, and so I have to struggle a little more. It's not an easy conversation to.
It's like, okay, well, if you're going to be
happy.
a good guy, can we not just keep, rent stable and,
I think this is a really good comment, though. Self-centered is correct, but the system is designed to reward selfishness. And I think that's it, is that these systems are set up that it's supposed to be, it's that very individualistic type of mindset of like, it has to be my safety and maybe, my own, my very small, immediate family type of thing. It's not a, it's a difficult one. I
think that's capitalism to its core, right? And it's a very Western philosophy of individualism, meritocracy. I hate using these big words, but they literally are the words to use. There's no other way to describe it.
I'm not a fan of meritocracy.
Meritocracy is, if you don't know, I'm just going to mansplain this to you all. Basically, that people, that's the whole idea of like pull yourself up from your bootstraps. Like, if you work hard, that
you are worth the merit you bring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you work hard, if you're productive, if you do good work,
feed the machine of capitalism.
If you feed the machine, if you save and all these things, then you will rise to the top. And some people have seen that. Luxon very much does that. I came from a lower middle class family, and I
feel like he's probably using lower middle class a bit fucking liberally too.
He's middle class.
Yeah,
he's middle class, and then went to good colleges. His family worked hard, and now he's the prime minister. Like, it's that sort of thing. But that doesn't for him, a meritocracy works. For a lot of people, meritocracy will never work, because it doesn't matter how hard you work. If you're the lowest paid person, if you're the waitress at the restaurant who is working 40 hours, who can barely pay their rent and can barely keep themselves healthy, can barely save, doesn't matter how hard you work, you're never going to climb the ranks, not as a waitress necessarily. You're never going to get ahead, and meritocracy in that case doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the time it is a bit of luck. It's who you know. It's a bit of luck, and I mean, yes, hard work can sometimes pay off, but also sometimes that's just a fucking gamble. Sometimes it's a gamble. Sometimes you have people who do something amazing and great, but it was at the wrong time, and then something comes along 10 years later, and they're like, "Oh shit, that was basically our failed business." Like it's basically I'm not a fan of it. I just
It's one of the things that I was learning through studying was it was about sustainable design, and a lot of the concepts around sustainable design. I think was specifically housing, kind of this idea of utilitarian design and community-centered housing design, in which it was more about the collective. It was about community, and it was about coming together and filling in the gaps that each person. Well, the skills that each person has in filling in the gaps. So you have like a communal kitchen, and like people who are good at cooking will help in that regard. There'll be like a communal garden that will help in that regard. And then in a small area, you can have a lot of housing, but it's more smart housing because there's more of a collective community. So you haven't got like 100 kitchens. You haven't got in which everyone's separated, right? So
it's basically like how Māori used to live.
Exactly. So the thing that came through that was like going back to Indigenous communities are really, really good at community-driven living. Or
it's almost like they had to literally figure out the most efficient way to survive without modern technology. And that is by working together.
Yep. And it's something
crazy.
That the whole thing of like, I don't know if this came through, but definitely the 60s idea of the suburbanization or urbanization? No, I guess it's the suburbanization. The idea of the nuclear family that came up, the mum,
the
dad,
2.5
the
children
housewife,
bullshit.
the working dad, 2.5 children, the happy wife,
Well, yeah,
happy life type thing.
Shiloh Pope says here, that's exactly why meritocracy is a paradox within itself. You cannot escape the self-fulfilling nature of socioeconomic decisions your family and ancestors made. To enact meritocracy is impossible.
Mm.
And I think that does sum it up quite well.
Yeah.
And
the other idea with the meritocracy is, I suppose it's more so the capitalism mindset or capitalist system is that you always have someone on top and you always have someone on bottom. And it doesn't work unless there's a top and bottom. There's no such thing as...
We need a switch.
There's no equality.
Yeah.
You can't have equality in a system like that. Because you need to... There are always going to be people that are in...
We're not an MLM. That's basically pyramid scheme. It's just a fucking pyramid scheme. MLMs.
I never thought of it that way.
Except who's at the top? Rich white men.
Mm.
They're the ones who started MLMs, basically.
Yeah, it was too.
So yeah,
So there's lots to learn.
I might just check up a couple of chats. I see we've got started
Go
here.
for
So we've got some related to the conversation. The fundamental problem I have with landlord interest deductibility is that a deduction can only come off profits, yet we supposedly have landlords crying that they pay more than their mortgage in order to house people, which I agree. There is definitely this narrative that I have heard of like, oh, well, I can barely afford to, I'm not making any money on my property because I have to maintain it. They're like, they think that any maintenance costs should kind of, and there's and that's where the books get a little weird too. And I feel like it's kind of like, cooking the books a little. It's like, where are we actually moving things around to? What is important to being prioritized? And sad to hear, but yeah, Pam Nielsen, my daughter has rented the same house for the last 7 years, owned by the same owner for more than 20 years, which if they've owned it for more than 20 years, let's be honest, they would have paid under $100,000 for that house.
Yeah, they're making
easy
mortgage
easy
by now.
So yeah, $280 when she first moved in 7 years ago. And oh my God, I just realized that's 7 years ago.
How many beds?
Holy shit. I don't even know if it was probably 2 bedrooms based off the 520 if it's 2-bedroom houses are approximately around that. Did you not just read all the numbers? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I did.
Yeah,
I was also thinking like 7 years ago, 280.
That's insane. That's markup is fucked though.
But still, that's pretty high.
To go that much higher in that little time.
I like this. Landlords can't afford to maintain their houses and they shouldn't be renting it. Yes, 100%.
Exactly.
If you can't afford to house people in a healthy home, don't buy it.
And maybe you're not as
rent
good
it
at business as you think you are.
You should not be allowed. No, actually, I can't say that. I says you shouldn't be allowed to rent out something if it's not up to standard. But then people are just going to sit on their properties and it's not going to house anyone anyway. So you're just going to have people.
Yeah, welcome to our current predicament. Have you seen how many empty buildings are in Wellington?
Was it ghost home tax?
Oh, yes.
There was something about that. A ghost home tax, 100%. And if you can't fix it up, sell it. Give it to someone who needs it. Give it back to the government and they can sell it as social housing.
Or give it to your local iwi.
Yes, better.
Fuck the government. Give it to your local iwi.
Agree.
We got a $5 super chat here from Mata Heaps. What did you think of the Q&A interview with Atlas?
Do I have some tweets for you?
You mean the fucking... Honestly, what was that?
Propaganda.
Propaganda. That's the word I was looking for. Propaganda.
Bloody propaganda.
That shit was like... Honestly, I was just angry after I watched that video.
Mm-hmm.
I was what the fuck, Jack Tame? Sometimes, don't get me wrong, I love Jack Tame at times, but he feels like the stuff he's attached to feels really inconsistent because sometimes he seems to be a straight G, and other times he seems like he's on the wrong side. He's fighting for the wrong side.
Yeah, I think
I know it's Q&A in general, but
he tries to play the center, and be unbiased.
Well, maybe he shouldn't, because maybe being in the center is the wrong place for him to be. I don't know. Yeah. I just found that whole... Yeah, it just felt like propaganda. It was so... even the wording they used felt really just when someone's trying to, basically downplay and make it seem like, well, it's not that big of a deal.
Seeing as you asked, you can literally hear my exact reaction, which was... Are you fucking kidding me right now? This is the weakest journalism I've seen in a while. You can find damning evidence on Atlas with a quick Google search at the same time you could watch this video. A 3-minute video, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Of course, a spokesperson for Atlas is going to refute any negative claims about them. Then I proceeded to literally do a 5-minute Google search and found multiple articles from quite reputable sources, including a two-parter article, a part 1 article and a part 2 article from Newsroom saying chiding in plain sight. Chiding, right?
Yes, chiding.
Chiding in plain sight.
Isn't that the fucker from?
Yes, that's the guy from the TPU.
Oh,
that guy.
I hate his fucking face.
They did a part 1 of a 2-part series article.
Well, that's what I'm mad because actually you just reminded me. That's what I think I found the most frustrating is like I expected if they're doing something on Atlas, they're not just going to go and talk to an Atlas spokesperson.
Well, that's what I was like, why?
Like, that's like investigating a bank and then just going to BNZ to be like, bro, what are you up to?
Are you corrupt?
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
you're all good, eh?
Yeah,
Jordan Williams, that's his fucking
you
name.
cooking the books? No? Oh, okay.
Nah,
Don't worry about it. No,
we'll take your word. All good.
It's all good. You guys aren't corrupt? No, okay.
Nah, sweet, thanks.
Oh,
just had to check, like, I know you're all good, but you know. It's just fucked.
Although, in fairness, and I did have a conversation with someone on Blue Sky, Twitter. It's not Twitter. In which, because the article the video, it starts with Debbie.
Yes.
All the times that she mentioned Atlas in her interview.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And that just set the wrong tone.
Nah, it did.
It
came off like they're trying to make it seem conspiratorial.
Yes, and the whole and the way the journalist framed the whole thing is like, this just sounds like a big conspiracy, the TPU and blah blah blah, and then this is the CEO of Atlas. Oh, she has a Kiwi accent, so she must be good. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
like that's the whole freaking point. And like, even if she herself thinks that the company or whatever, for some reason, I don't know how you could think this, being like the head of this, even if she thinks that the money that they raise privately, the donations that they get privately from, and it's well documented that no one really knows where those come from. If they do, they're tied to some pretty dodgy shit. You can't honestly tell me that she may believe this, that she thinks it's going to people that are what do you call not peddling, but they're doing liberal stuff.
Woke grifters.
Maybe, okay. But she may be thinking that she's freeing people and it's about freedom and like this is the money it's going to.
No, they want other people to think it's about freedom. I don't believe that they believe that.
No, I don't. I can't honestly believe. Like, even if she did, I'm just like, you're insane. And somebody is keeping this a secret from you, but it's well documented. So
I like this comment here from RO. Atlas, to drive change in ideas, culture, and policy, remove barriers to opportunity, empower individuals to live a life of choice. Yeah, it's their choice and it's their ideas. They don't give a shit. Like, I get rid of that. Oh, no. Can you press the button? My button's not buttoning. Boop. Anyway, we should probably move into something a bit more chill because.
So yes, I did watch that video. I had lots of thoughts about it. If you would rather spend your time, just Google search. I'm pretty sure Mountain Tui did a deep dive on Reddit, and it was actually
I did see that notification come up on.
Go and follow me on Blue Sky, and you'll get all those links. Just
Also, the NZ political Reddit is actually pretty popping.
Yeah, I was surprised. It's quite. I thought it would be quite conservative over there, but it's actually pretty liberal.
Nah, ironically, my friend messaged me once and went, "Oh, I saw BHN got posted to the thing," and I was like, "No."
Kitty? Oh, Kitty.
Oh, is the cat here?
Cat.
And the cat.
And meow. He's strange. He's got his head like this.
Yeah, it's probably because he's like, I'm not looking towards this random stranger in my fucking room. Like, you're not allowed in here, you piece of shit. But
Kiwi Bird. I helped Mountain Tui with the research. Oh, well done. Thank you.
Look at you.
Because that is a fantastic, well researched, linked up article. So Reddit post. It's basically an article.
Actually, why don't we
Yep.
I'm going to pop up something that I found a little fun.
Kitty in a box. He's actually in a pig. Is it the right side of the pig? Oh, That's the pigtail.
Oh, that's a pig.
Not the cat. The bed. The bed is a pig.
Oh, what happened there?
No, we're blurry.
Oh, you.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Thing got up for a second. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm
What you
going
got
to
for us?
pop up one of. We've been talking about this all morning, but as I'm sure you guys have seen, Spotify Wrapped came out, and it's actually been a good. And also, I don't normally have light mode on. Please don't judge me. I have not changed the settings to dark mode on this computer. Don't judge me. I'm not a light mode person, okay?
I'm
But yeah,
judging.
National posted their Spotify Wrapped meme, and number 4, we got Sturkturd Maths and Literacy.
Sturkturd.
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 And this was posted by New Zealand Labour with the caption, "We're in spa hands."
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they purposely misspelled it to make, because honestly,
Whoever is on
New Zealand Labour IG, they have been killing it. We needed them last
They
year.
were the ones that came up with the dogs.
Yeah, they've just been on fire.
The first video I think we showed on our first stream. That was like
Yes. That was. We've actually showed a few of their videos. To be fair, like I don't vote for National anymore, but I love their memes. Like, you know.
Their memes, or you mean Labour?
Oh, Labour. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. I was reading the word National on my screen, but yeah, National's 2024 rep. Christopher Luxon said, "What I'd say to you is 100+ times," and then we stopped counting. Which, I love seeing them throw shade, because honestly, they need to do that more. Like, I'm sick of seeing them just play nice while, the other guys talk shit, make up lies to make it seem like all the woke people just want to take all your hard-earned money and give it to poor people.
I do appreciate Chippy's comments. How do we miss this off the list of recaps? Yesterday was Chippy.
Oh, to be fair, it's because it wasn't up technically in the things, but Chippy was one of our biggest.
Yeah, we had Chippy on BHN last night, which
that was awesome. Honestly,
I
loved
a whole
it.
hour. That was so good.
Getting Chippy for a whole hour was amazing.
Yeah, candid, fantastic. But I did appreciate that he did kind of rationalize why he is much more the very. I'm gonna say mid. He's very mild.
Central.
He's very central. He's very mild, and I agree that when he's on something like Breakfast or he's on national TV, he is trying to get the old grandma, the housewife, the farmer who may have gone national this last election, and is now starting to see that it's coming back on them, and they're going, "I don't actually like the way things are going," and he's trying to appeal to them. So being too aggressive, too, I guess, prickly, pesky, no, what's the word? He used the word petty. Being too petty about things like Nikki no boats and using those sorts of slogans and terms, it doesn't bring those people across. It actually makes you look like a dickhead, which for some of us who are sick of them kind of just taking it, someone like Kieran, for example, which I think we're all pretty on Kieran's side for being
you mean Hottie McNulty?
Yeah, Hottie
yes,
McNulty.
Hottie McNulty.
Hashtag Hottie McNulty. Because he's got that sort of fire, and he's like, I'm not going to take your bullshit anymore. Let's do something about it. But he's not. I guess that's kind of his attitude, and it's like Willie, like he was saying, Willie Jackson, for example. He doesn't give.
He knows who his dogs are.
Yeah, he knows who he is. He knows what he stands for. He knows what his party stands for. He'll accept when he did something wrong in the past or when he had a different view, and he will he won't try and shy away from it. He's like, yeah, I had that view. Yes, I voted for that thing, but things are different now. I've changed my mind, or the party's got a different position, or new evidence, whatever. But I appreciate that from him. But Chippy, I think I agree that if he were to change his tactics from the person that he is, which is he's a very lovely person. He's very politically very smart. He's been in the game for a long time. He is a politician, a career politician. But he also knows his values, and I don't think being petty or anything like that fits his character.
Well, he knows the audience that he's trying to basically target.
Yes.
Like, the people who will be secured by those of us who are going to be petty, who are going to make jokes.
Yeah.
They will be wrangled in by Kieran, by Willie, by all the dogs,
Yeah.
And then Chippy's going to be the nice, sweet guy who, for some people, they do find that aggressive stuff alienating and puts them off.
Yeah.
And he's basically taking that spot of like, you might not want to hang out with these guys in our group, but there is still a space for you.
Yeah.
And I think that is important. Like, and I think that it's a good tactic. And I mean, he's literally come from student politics. He's been in politics his whole life. He's done it since.
Yeah. So let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's take his advice. Let's take him for his word, because I think.
He's learned a lot.
Yeah,
He's made mistakes. He fucked up last time. He fucked it.
But I also agree that.
But he's also
I hadn't
changed.
really thought about it. But yes, he didn't have that long as the leader.
No. God no.
You lost Robertson, Jacinda. That was before the election, wasn't it? Robertson was before the election. Was he after?
Honestly, I'll be honest, I don't remember.
But you lost two. So of the three of them, Jacinda, Chippy, and Robertson were kind of brought in up through the Labour Party at the same time, and they were kind of like the three musketeers in a way. And they've always been really close. So Chippy essentially lost his two best friends, as he kind of described it, in his party. So he's had to sort of bring that back up. But I agree, he does have the dogs. He's got the mongrels, as Pat likes to call it. He's got his mongrels in his sort of his lineup.
They got that dog in them.
I think it's actually really smart that they've pushed. Although I think some of us are like, Kieran's gonna go for leader.
Nah, he doesn't. I don't think he even needs to be though. Like, I get it.
Well,
we like the idea of a powerful, strong, assertive leader. And actually, funnily enough, maybe I'll do some looking into this one again. We did learn about in psychology how, depending on what's happening in the world at the time, you do actually need different leaders based off of what's happening. So when you're in times of war and strife and hardship, that's usually where you need the dogs, where you need the like.
Yeah.
And the more authoritarian strength. Whereas like in times where, say, recessions need to be come out of and people's well-beings need to be, put back into control, that's where that more compassionate is often serves better. I mean, there are a lot of dynamics when it comes to those things as well. But like, I think what I like the most about what he said is it seems like this time they've finally gotten their shit together. Like he said, they've agreed to disagree. And kind of like we were saying before about communities, they've decided where their strengths are. They know what they're going to do, and they're going to work together with it. They've got their attack dogs. They've got, their politicians who know how to play the political game. They've got a lot of good skills. We just need to get them back in, and make sure that they keep that momentum, because we don't want them to give us hope and then get in and fuck it, obviously. But that being said, I don't anticipate that. But
I don't know. I honestly, after the American election, I don't know. My hands are in the air. I'm just like.
Also, someone in the chat is saying that we should be prime minister, and I mean, that's crazy. I mean, if you're saying we're your preferred prime minister over the current one, then honestly, fair, because literally my cat could do a better job. And she's fucking dumb.
This guy.
Oh yeah.
No, what I was going to say about Kieran is that he, I think what we saw is that he was getting put in the limelight a lot more, and I think that was because they were trying to introduce him. I think to the public, because he had kind of been in the...
Yeah, well, I think they were just kind of, like the same way like Brooke was getting a bit more time in the beginning, just trying to kind of get her a bit more acclimated to the new role, I guess.
I think that's kind of been it, right? Is that Willie Jackson's obviously been in it for a long time. Most people know him. Aisha Viral?
Yeah.
We've seen a little bit of her, but it probably would have been nice if she was a bit more on the public eye.
Oh, to be fair, there has been a bit more going in terms of like social media. So she's actually got a decent social media presence.
Okay.
I've seen her on social media all the time.
Well, maybe that's...
But, I mean, I guess it also depends on where you're looking as well.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking sort of mainstream media.
No, for sure. I mean, she's definitely... I think her presence is coming up a lot more, though.
She's definitely more of a household name. But Kieran's definitely a household name for the party. Willie Jackson's always going to be a household name. Like, even, I don't know his history, but I know. Who doesn't know him at this point? So yeah, I think he definitely has a front row backing him. Chippy's definitely the center, the one that kind of wraps the bow for them. And let's just hope.
All right, let's get to some quick
Oh shoot, we're looking at 10:30.
questions.
Hey guys, what happened to our 40-minute show?
To be fair, we had like what 20 minutes of fucking
Yeah, no, it was
take off 20. We're only at 110. So we've got a late fee from Raijin, $2.
Come on.
Late fee. By the way, is that Persona 3? Yes, it is Persona 3. It's behind my head.
So fun fact about that, that is a poster from a magazine that I bought for my partner when I was in Japan for the first time, which was 2016. And that folded up A4 poster thing has been sitting so confusing. That thing has been sitting folded up for years and years, and I've never known what to do with it. And then I had this big, massive poster frame. I had 2 of these, and I was like, I could
Nice.
just like stick
Actually put it in something.
Yeah. Like,
And
what
use
else-
it.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
And
then
also,
if you
Em's got
can-
to go to the spots in Japan from Persona 5, and I'm really mad. So yeah, that was way too. I'm so mad. I'm just jealous of
It's
anyone
like-
that gets to go there.
It's not that impressive. It's just
It's cool. It's not impressive. It's just cool. I'm a nerd. Okay, let me have it.
Also, if anyone's wondering, that is D&D.
Oh, I didn't even look at that one when I came in.
Yeah,
I should look
because
at
it's not as cool.
To be fair, no, it's more just because we were busy when I came into this room.
That's true.
What else? I did like this comment. Just how did John Key's mother save $40,000 working as a waitress in Christchurch in 1970?
Because it was the 1970s.
Nah, but I mean, even then, to be fair, like let's be real, women didn't buy houses; their husbands did. That's obviously sarcasm.
Family house. To be fair, it's probably because she was able to work. Let's just theorizing here because I don't actually know, but probably because she was able to work 40, 50 hours perhaps. And if she was a single mother, it was possibly that she had family, parents, aunties, uncles.
Yeah, no, not paying for childcare.
That could look after little John. Little
Oh yeah,
little Johnny boy. So she probably didn't have to pay for healthcare, or she didn't have to limit her hours to work. So she was able to probably save that amount of money. And 40K back then is
still
it's still a lot of money.
Still fucking a lot.
But that's like
Oh no, to be fair, actually, one thing that we're not accounting for is there did used to be governmental assistance for that kind of thing. Because I know that my mother-in-law was telling my ex-mother-in-law was telling me about some help she got to get a house when
there you go.
she had kids. I don't know.
They're just like
Must have been nice
they
for
did
her.
give away money though. Like
They
have a
did used to,
house.
yeah, you did used
Have
to
a
get a
house.
lot more
So,
help
yeah.
with
And
those
it's like
types
half
of
the
things.
price of a house in 1970.
Well, that's how Paula Benefit got her name, is because she basically got
Ah.
houses and stuff through. She was on the benefit for years, had a husband, was saying she was single, was collecting a bunch of shit, actually got educated and got a house through the governmental system, and then she was part of the government that got rid of it. So she literally climbed the ladder, pulled it up behind her, because fuck the rest of years, I guess.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
And I just wanted to acknowledge this one. On the front of ODT was recognition of a stabbing attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that actually right before we were going live. And yeah, pity there won't be a hospital if it were to reoccur. It's a really dark but very accurate comment. So I was reading about that. Yeah, they recognized him today, and he was talking about how obviously he still struggles with PTSD.
Oh,
Obviously, because
that was a what? Yeah, the guy.
2021, it wasn't even that long ago.
No, there was yeah. I remember
But
that.
it
was
would have
quite
been the
disturbing.
middle of the pandemic craziness that we saw
Yeah.
people being absolute feral in the supermarket. And we just one more comment is just welcome to Chicha. It's just me. I'm the one that's not from here. This is the local,
Dirty
so
Northlander. No,
filthy South Islander.
no, it's North Islander, not Northlander. That's actual.
Yeah, I was
sorry.
gonna say, yeah, don't say Northland, then you'll piss off all the Northlanders. Like,
Hey, we have a Northland and a Southland. Just realized that.
we also have a North Island and a South Island.
What?
Oh,
I thought it was just us down here.
crazy.
Honestly, cut us in half and
All right.
send the other half to Stewart Island.
Whoa. Okay.
I was like, split us in half, and we'll have the progressives and the not so
Who
progressives.
says Stewart Island wants the rest of us? It's a bold assumption.
No, not us. The rest of them.
Oh, true. Anyway, we should probably get into some more news. So here
Yeah.
is some good news.
No, it's good.
Okay, so I don't know. This actually was a little while ago, but I found out that apparently coming soon to Queenstown is the future. So this is
It's nothing like Queenstown, though.
I mean, yes.
Let's be honest. That's not Queenstown.
This is a rendering of how the network would look. So Whoosh is actually a New Zealand startup.
Mm.
And they're looking to see how gondola-like rail network will basically potentially help with congestion and allow people to travel up to 26 miles per hour, which I know I converted that to kilometers and I forgot again.
26 miles per hour
Um,
is half or double?
I think it's closer to double, I think. So it's maybe like 40 k's an hour or something like that.
It is double. Yeah, it's close to double. So yeah, looking at like 30
Yeah.
40 k.
Tell
me us wrong.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be simple, low cost infrastructure, which we love.
35-ish, yep.
Oh yeah, 35. There we go. Amazing. And they've obviously they've decided to choose Queenstown because it has got horrendous traffic.
Yes.
But it is at manageable scale. So
yes.
that is why they've chosen Queenstown to
and the other
pilot.
thing too with Queenstown is it's a fantastic option because in terms of like things like light rail, other like bus lanes and stuff, you just do not have the road and the land to do that. So with the gondola system, it would work perfectly.
Well, yeah.
Because you're not reducing the road.
We're maximizing space efficiency.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially.
We're going
upwards. It's the same way British houses go up.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Japan and all their trains that go through houses. I mean, there's that crazy city in China. Have you seen that crazy city?
It goes
Guangqing, yeah, and it's like you go out of one floor and you're actually like 30 floors above. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great way to kind of just try to see if this would work. You know, they said that they could have the capacity to potentially take up to 20% of vehicles off the road.
Oh, thank God. The
Which,
place
like,
is way too congested.
To be honest, 20%, especially in heavy congestion areas, that's going to be a lot. But I mean, they are looking like each cabin's supposed to have some stabilization systems that allow for smooth riding in wind conditions and smart glass windows that can frost over to stop riders from peering into homes as they glide past, which I personally think sounds so cool. Like, I'll be honest, I was just reading this and my brain just went, welcome to the future. Like, and it was just, they're looking to be quite energy efficient. They should use about the same amount of energy as a 10-minute shower. So extremely exciting. Like, I'm just excited for this kind of like innovation, especially innovation that's not only going to actually target problems that we have, because a lot of innovation at the moment seems to target problems that doesn't exist, you know. But this is actually oh, hey,
she's not in charge.
Reagan, don't threaten my gondolas. Don't threaten them.
No, don't touch them.
Actually, do you want to bring that comment back up? So for the audio listeners, Reagan just said Nikki no gondola just doesn't have the same ring to it, which I agree, it does not, and she better stay the fuck away from my gondolas.
Queenstown are very touchy about spoiling the view and the height of buildings. Agreed.
I mean,
but
I can see that. They
are expanding beyond what the NIMBYs, not in my backyards, can probably deal with. The amount that city or just the town has changed, and not just the township itself, but like the surrounding areas, how much has changed in my lifetime is insane. Like,
and I can understand that, but like, I mean, this is a trial as well. It is a trial. It's not necessarily like thing, but I mean, we do have to admit that if we want to have a lot of population and small amounts of areas, we are choosing to sacrifice certain things for others. Like Wellington, for instance, they sacrificed all of that to make, you know, high density housing, and yet we still need more housing. Like we make choices of how we live, and because of that, we do have to make some of these options. Or I don't know, we all decide to give up transport and go back to living a more sustainable way, which no one wants to do.
Or just give up, you know, cars entirely. And the only way you can get through
no one's going to do that.
No, exactly. But the only way you can get through Queenstown is, you know, light rail or something like that, which no one is ever going to go for.
Yeah.
And I would say a gondola is pretty low what would you call it? It doesn't take up, like if you look at the picture at the top.
Yeah, they're quite small. Like they're very compact.
Like you're kind of ruining the skyline a little bit, but it would.
Well, that's the thing
Yeah.
is, I guess if we're having these high density cities where we're having more people in it, are we really looking at the areas, or do we go out to look at those? Like we're already creating like light pollution.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you want to keep Queenstown this
it's-
beautiful city, like stop building.
Yeah.
Stop going
Stop
there.
moving there.
Stop moving there.
Stop gentrifying
Stop
it.
selling your Auckland $1.5 million house and buying one for $1 million down there. Or
exactly.
building one for $1 million. Like just if you really want that, don't move to Queenstown, or find another part of the country which is just as beautiful, but not yet completely certified.
But yeah, hopefully this pilot scheme will be implemented by 2027. So it's going to be something interesting just to keep an eye out on, because I just thought that was something that I had never heard about before. I think I had seen that there was some news story about it, but for me, I had not heard about it. And I just thought that was really bloody cool.
Something a little different.
Yeah.
Something a little different.
Do you want to check our messages while I have a pick of our next?
Tina, thanks for the $5. You could realize the capital of your family assistance in the 70s for buying a home.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
I'm assuming that means that you're able to apply it to basically calculate things different based off of.
Oh, you mean as in your
like the realized capital? I'm assuming that means.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Kind of like I think how wasn't it with the capital gains thing? They argue about like realized gains versus.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that's what that's about because I am.
Sorry, I'll go back to chat.
No, you're fine.
No one see anything? Okay, cool. I think we've got
all right. Well, it's all good because I have just shared the next article. Do you mind just adding it to stage for me? This one's just a bit cute. It's not a New Zealand-based article, but I thought it was just maybe something that we could all do with today. And this is the news that dogs and Christmas jumpers had a parade in London. And like, honestly, that's really all this story is that 130 pets went down to a park and looked like, look at this.
It looked adorable.
Look at those faces. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The bro on the right-hand side doesn't look the happiest. he looks a little sad. But look at these guys. Oh, aren't they just so cute?
Oh my God.
They're so happy. Oh. And you know what? With everything that's been going on in our news, honestly, this just gave me a bit of happiness.
Thank God.
Also, apparently, a Christmas jumper parade for corgis will be held in London on 7th of December. So if you live in London and you listen to the show, it's technically tomorrow. And a Christmas Hyde Park sausage dog walk on the December 15th.
Sausage doggies.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Sausage doggies down to the park, guys.
Oh, could you imagine all the little hot dogs? All the little Christmas hot dogs. Animals, man. We don't deserve them. We don't deserve animals.
This guy.
Well, okay, maybe those animals. I think we do deserve those ones.
Paraded.
He's like, why are you...
If I try and pick him up, he's going to be like, nah.
Oh,
nah.
If you brought him near me, he'd be very angry.
We'll see.
I also have the meme of the week. This is technically a drawing. This is art, but I have deemed it the meme of the week. So Ems is getting a bit of
an eyeful.
Oh wait, where am I? Where did it?
Suspense.
Nah, it's because I got a potato laptop. All right. So this is from our own Kiwi Burb.
Oh,
who has done some amazing art. And by amazing,
it gets better when you zoom in.
And yeah, like so when you zoom real in, like there was a comment made that it looks like The Rock. So I kind of dubbed this, "Can you smell what David is twerking?" Because yeah, it's a beautiful yet visceral image. You know what I mean?
I love that. Who did you? It was a
Kiwi Burb.
Burb, thank you.
From It's in the Ballot. Kiwi Burb.
Kiwi Burb, you got some talent.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know how far, but I have been seeing some some drawings of maybe our boys as superheroes, maybe on the way. I may have seen some, which I haven't posted them yet because I'm waiting to see the big reveal.
Yeah, no.
Because from what I've seen already, Chewie is a Chad. Chewie's a straight Chad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can really tell you. Also, for anyone who's interested to know, the spin-off actually did an article about how Christopher Luxon said what I would say to you is 26 times. So if you want to laugh, or do we want to put it up? Do we got time?
No.
Nah, we don't have time.
No.
anyway,
I don't think
that's
I have
us.
any more Lux in this
No,
this
yes.
evening.
We'll save that. All right, is that all our...
Speaking of, shall we go to the highlights reel and then we're done for the night?
Yeah, I believe we are.
You might want to chuck your headphones to this one.
Oh, yes, of course.
And we'll mute ourselves. Also, I don't know what the volume levels are, so
That's all right.
Please apologize. To your ears. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Please work.
Hi, team.
Oh, hello.
I just realised something, Chippy. Talk to yourself.
Apparently, I've been promoted to leader of the opposition. Welcome to Thursday or Wednesday, as I just realised it is.
Welcome to another episode of Big Hairy News. And Chewy, I've just noticed we're both wearing Big Hairy News merch tonight. Oh.
It's all I wear now. I feel like I've unlocked some sort of hack to infinite free clothing. Go to Pat, and hello to the rest of the New Zealand from subtropical Dunedin.
Your big ginger bear type facade would prefer the polar caps.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's hot, I have to start peeling layers of skin off.
7 seconds. Beep, 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 beep.
Nobody likes that. It's unsettling. That's a bit dramatic.
Stickers.
Stickers.
I was like, want stickers. We do not condone the use of these stickers.
No, we don't condone it.
For any naughtiness.
It's for recreational indoor use only. This is the crime of the century.
They'll never see it.
We'll never get caught.
But you know, Bomber can always say he won gold in that, prick. I deliver you a gift. I'm a top, so.
Oh, shit, yeah. Really hard, super hard on
debacle. That was a Q&A show. See, Chewy's getting his shirt off. Here comes Chewy's gruff for the night.
Well, I'm not talking about our negotiations that happen between two parties. ACT has...
Stop fucking me around, David.
I called David Seymour this week.
Oh
my God!
So I called David Seymour. Do you want to know what he said?
Bottom's a funny word. He just kept on hitting him with the steel chair. It's not mean enough. I'm Christopher Luxon. Look at my tongue.
Leads into another...
We're led by a buffoon. Where was ACT going to go? We want a full referendum. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, okay, well, we're prepared for ice cream lunches on Thursdays. David, that's fucking crazy. Pick something sensible. I want the New Zealand flag changed to the same colour as my tie. Okay, guess what else? Things are bad. We're doomed. Where's the all caps guy?
Reckless spending.
I'm sorry, what?
More debt.
Hold my beer. Let's see what I can do with the economy. We don't need ferries. We need lifeboats. I swear, if a polling company calls me, and who would be your preferred prime minister? I'm just going to say me.
Have you heard the phrase Nikki No Boats in your office at all?
Yeah, it has. And look, I do.
Vindication.
I can send you a sticker, Chris. How many of those Nikki No Boat stickers did you want?
Better send a box to my office.
Don't think we won't. I'm a cheeky wee monkey. Not seeing New Zealand Labour there. Is this going to be her throwing a hand grenade into the spa pool on the 20th and running away?
She didn't say which Christmas, so that's...
You don't have to say anything.
Just taking the question away now.
Oh, sorry, I just didn't want to cover your face.
There you go. 18 followers. He's following 4 people. Me, you, Blue Sky, and the Living Wage Movement.
Big hairy news. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
I'm going to use less deodorant after watching that.
Oh, okay. That last line was good.
I'm sorry it wasn't fully edited, guys, but I did not have time. So I will do a fully edited version, and I guess all the highlight reels will probably go up over the Christmas break.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll have work to catch up on some of those things. Update.
I think Pat was looking to do like a highlight reel, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about some maybe end of year stuff too for things, so maybe we can include it in that.
We could. We very much could. I could do a super cut and have all the super cuts together for the
Pretty much.
superest cut.
Also, we need to appreciate.
No.
Yes,
No.
From LOS, #bottom Chewy. I mean, I personally think Chewy gives top energy, but I'm down for the hashtag because that's funny.
Did top make it in there? The top.
Oh
comment-
no, I think you forgot the. Did we
No, I'm
forget the
pretty
top
sure
line?
the comment made it in there.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
My
in
brain
there
is.
somewhere.
But yes. So what? Top Pat, bottom Chewy? Is that a hashtag? No, I'm kidding. I mean, Pat did say he was a top, but he's also straight. That's the default setting, isn't it?
Actually, I might go back through the video. I'm like, did I get that in there? Anyways, all right, we got a big day tomorrow, so we better head
Yeah,
off
oh yeah, we got to fucking drive tomorrow, don't we?
well into the 90-minute hour, well beyond the 90-minute hour, the 2 hour and 1 hour, the 2 hour hour.
So it's under 2 hours.
It's under 2 hours. Thanks for joining us tonight this Friday. Thanks for dealing with all of our
Technical difficult. That was weird. That was weird technical difficulty.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I blame this one. It just
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I turned up and we did. There was a car crash on the road on the way home. That we didn't crash. So like maybe I am a curse. Maybe I shouldn't be in the South Island. Maybe if you live in the South Island, be a little careful. Be a little more superstitious while I'm here. Who knows? And yes, Peter Syme, I do plan to stop off at Moiraki. I'm going to Oamaru because obviously steampunk.
It's also on the way.
Well, that too. Well, yeah, but I wouldn't. I mean, I was looking at the road of where we could follow down, but
it just literally there's not much along the way. I'm sorry,
Yes.
but definitely over. And
oh no, we might get a chance to see someone in Timaru.
Oh,
We might be seeing a certain Raijin if things turn out well. Might take photo in our Nikki No Boat shits. Yeah, we
on the way back
may have also had a request for a potential signature from the artist. So,
just scribble on it.
Yeah, that's a signature. It counts.
Just keep my pen out and be like,
Don't stop an Ashburner. What the hell?
we might do for dinner, but
Okay, apparently we
don't judge us.
Okay, I mean, I don't know South Island social politics, so I know a bit about Christchurch,
like,
but
this is Hyde. Here are probably one of the best public toilets along the route, and now we're in Tamika. This is one of the best subways to stop at. We're about 10 minutes out from Timaru. Now we're about to go through Timaru. This is probably the worst state highway road, State Highway 1 road.
Oh, cool.
Because you literally have to go through the middle of Timaru, which is just
oh, I thought you were just going to say it was because we have to go through Timaru. I thought that was just the problem.
So
But
it'll just be that all the way. It'll be like,
yeah.
This is where I almost crashed. This is where there was a crash last time. This is roadworks.
I mean, if you've got anything you really think I should see on the way, like if you're in the Discord, feel free to tag me in a comment. Tell me places that we should stop off because on Monday we are taking a bit of a slower trip home. And I haven't seen much of the south. Yes. I also was probably going to post on Blue Sky a little bit about.
I was going to vlog it.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to vlog it? Because I was also thinking we were also maybe in talks about maybe recording a few things as well. So maybe we've got some Patreon content
I might be
maybe.
bringing my camera.
Oh my God. We're getting.
I'm going back to my vlogger days, boys.
Oh my God. Is this a bright, hairy vlog?
Maybe.
Okay, guys.
No one asked for it.
Yeah, I didn't even know about this. You guys are hearing about this at the same time I am.
I was going to shove a camera in your face and then go deal with it.
Fair enough.
We're vlogging now.
Oh God, man. BHN gone from 1 year from just Pat and Chewy to some woke colored hair people doing vlogs. Okay. Shit's changing.
Anyways, let's go. Let's send it out. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, I don't think we've got anything. Yeah, nah.
No,
Thanks, fam. Nah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, bloody bottom Chewy. No, that is not becoming a thing.
Help us settle a debate, whether it be thoughtful or funny, even if we're all creatures of hate. It's a fine line that we're walking together. For better, push aside the temptation to berate. Let's take a note of the corners we stand in. As many points as the hairs on my chinny chin chin. When the news that we're watching is hairy, knowing all the things that we need to be wary of. Like the rich have the handout for rewards, while the many have to work out what they can't afford. And the rest of us ain't paying attention, or maybe have questions we're too worried to mention. Other media is still dwelling on trivial facts, vetting peace and that, and will be analyzed by both Chewie and Pat. With the evil in the world trying to mess with your head, and you're sitting on the couch, you're thinking chivalry's dead. Each night, 2 nights, they're gonna sing you to bed. It's Big Hairy News.
Ooh. Thanks for watching tonight, guys. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. We did our best on that
Yeah.
one, but,
For everyone who stayed through those and made it through to the end,
Yeah.
great G.
Yeah, you are. Thank you so much. Join Pat and Chewie back on Monday.
Also, I believe Nick and No Boats were still on sale. So if you haven't got them,
BHN store.
go to BHN store, get Nick and No Boats. And I mean, I was thinking about maybe potentially seeing if we sign a couple of stickers or something, maybe for some secret prices.
We'll see.
But yes, go get merch.
Go get merch and have a good weekend. And we'll see you next Friday. And join Pat and Chewie on Monday. Bye.
Keep all up.
Thanks for having us. Bye.